Time for news on the hour.
The time is 12 o'clock. Good afternoon. You're listening to the media news here on Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja. I'm Rayo Omotosho. Reactions are still trailing the death of the former Chief of Staff under the late Head of State, General Sani Abacha, Lieutenant General Oladipo Dia. His death was announced in a statement by his son, Prince Oyesimilola Dia, on Sunday morning. President Muhammadu Buhari and ex-President Olusegun Obasanjo have paid tribute to the late Lieutenant General Oladipo Dia, who died in the early hours of Sunday. In separate statements, President Buhari and Obasanjo hailed his exemplary character and commitment to the nation. Born on April 3rd, 1944, at Odogbolu in Ogun State, the former Chief of General Staff joined the Nigerian Defense Academy, NDA Kaduna, and fought during the Nigerian Civil War.
We've lost a family man. We've lost a man who virtually made every member of the family, myself inclusive. So it's a big loss to the entire Diaz family. We are still going to hold the family meetings. Then after that, maybe we talk about arrangement. But for now, no arrangement for now.
Dia was appointed Chief of General Staff in 1993 and Vice Chairman of the Provincial Ruling Council in 1994. He was second in command and the de facto Vice President of Nigeria under Abacha from 1994 as the Chief of General Staff. He lost his wife, Folashade, in 2020.
General Oladipo Dia is a man I can never forget as long as I live. During the June 12 struggle, he was the one who saved my life. If not, I won't be alive today. He was the one who saved my life. When our people were writing all sorts of information to Abacha that I'm stocking ammunition in my house, he was the one who begged Abacha for me. Dia was a disciplined man. He had every opportunity to steal money, but he did not. When he was governor of Ogun State, if you steal money, he will throw you in the guard room. And we know him. He's a committed Nigerian. And then the other thing we should remember him for, he stood for the unity of this nation.
We had a very, very close relationship when we had the same tour of duty together. He was accessible, understanding, very cerebral.
Governor Nyesom Wike of Rivers State has said he's in support of the suspension of the national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Iyorchia Ayu. Speaking on the issue, Wike stated that he supports the move because Ayu played a major role in the colossal failure of the PDP in the 2023 general elections.
Vote of no confidence and suspension of Dr. Iyorchia Ayu as member People's Democratic Party, PDP, Igoru Council Ward, Boko Local Government, Benue State. We, the underlisted, are ward executive members of Igoru Ward, Boko Local Government, having reviewed the conduct of the Presidential and National Assembly elections, as well as the governorship and state houses of assembly election, we observe with utmost dismay that Dr. Iyorchia Ayu, who is the national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, worked against the sources of the party in Igoru Council Ward.
The Transition Monitoring Group, TMG, Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center, CISLAC, and the Kano Civil Society Election Situation Room have distanced themselves from calls seeking the cancellation of the Kano State gubernatorial election. The chairman, TMG Awal Rafsanjani, at a news conference in Kano, northwest Nigeria, said the group will never interfere with the conduct of the elections or seek to interfere with the judicial processes leading up to a redress of grievances resulting in the election.
civil society organizations that are accredited with INEC would never call for cancellation of any election. Our work is to observe the process, document it, and make recommendation for an improved election. Never to call for any cancellation of any election whatsoever. It is not part of the mandate of any credible accredited civil society organization.
The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahya, has dismissed a report indicting soldiers of allegedly killing children in the fight against terrorism in the Northeast. Last December, Reuters, in an investigative report, alleged that the Nigerian military operated a secret program terminating at least 10,000 pregnancies of women who were freed from Boko Haram terrorists in the troubled region. According to the report, the Nigerian military since 2013 carried out a secret, systematic and illegal abortion program in the country's northeast, ending at least 10,000 pregnancies among women and girls who were kidnapped and raped by Islamist militants. The report triggered global outrage, with the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres calling on the Nigerian government to begin a thorough investigation and immediate remedial action and accountability measures. The Nasarawa State Police Command has banned all forms of protest throughout the state. A police spokesperson in the state, DSP Rahman Nansel, in a statement Sunday, said the police command took this decision in order to prevent the breakdown of law and order and to sustain the peace currently being enjoyed in the state. According to him, intelligence reports on security in the state can no longer sustain any form of protest in the state. Consequently, the police advise parents and guardians to ensure their children and wards do not violate this order, as anyone caught shall be arrested. The Department of State Services, DSS, says it has intercepted criminal gangs in various parts of the country, recovering different kinds of weapons from them. A statement by the DSS spokesperson, Peter Afunaya, Sunday, said the secret police carried out a joint operation with sister security agencies in Kogi State on the 26th of March 2023. Afunaya said the security team intercepted a 6-man criminal gang at Gegubeki along the Lokoja Abuja road during the operation. A total of 922 cholera cases have so far been recorded in Nigeria, and 32 of them succumbed to the disease in 2023. This is according to the latest situation reports obtained from the World Health Organization. The case fatality rate is 3.5% as of March 5th, 2023. The WHO noted that the data include the suspected positive rapid diagnostic tests and laboratory confirmed cholera cases. It said the case and death numbers presented are unreliable due to differences in reporting systems and under-reporting. And on the foreign scene, hundreds of protesters are outside the Israeli parliament chanting democracy, while the police stand on the other side of barricades. The 2 water cannon trucks and heavily armed border forces are also nearby, with so much energy now built up in these demonstrations and dissent reaching unprecedented levels. Everything now rests on what Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says. It feels almost impossible for him to take all the heat out of this immediately. There are further signs he remains caught between the opposition and those of his far-right cabinet ministers still pushing the judicial reforms.
Prime Minister's residence, and afterwards we got dispersed by the water spray. I got sprayed into my face, correct? And then we just went here, like all of us. It was never as big as it was today.
I won't go with serving the government that I didn't vote in. If it's a democratic one, that serves me as well, even though I didn't vote for them. But this is not democracy. This is a new form of regime, what they call a procedural democracy or a hollow democracy. And these sort of things never last. It's the same thing that we had in Russia. It's the same thing in Venezuela. It's governments that will eventually, no matter what, deteriorate into a democracy.
Antonio Conte has left Tottenham Hotspur by mutual consent after 16 months in charge. Conte called the Spurs players selfish and criticized the club's culture in a remarkable news conference after the recent draw at Southampton. Tottenham are fourth on the top flight but are out of all cup competitions. Conte's assistant, Christian Stellini, will step up as head coach for the rest of the season, with former midfielder Ryan Mason as his deputy. And that's the news at noon. It was compiled and edited by Lawrence Umoite. You can follow us on www.citizenfm.ng or on any of our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm Raya Motosho. Thanks for listening. Good afternoon.
Hello, Abuja. You are listening to 93.7 Citizen FM, the latest radio station based in Nigeria's capital. Our station seeks to broadcast a broad mix of culture and views with priority given to development programming to enable residents